The season is flying by as we prepare for week 7 of the season, and tonight your Sparkplugs take on 1-5 Beech Grove for the homecoming game here on the Speedway Sports Network on SCTV. My name is Landon Kleindorfer. Thank you for joining us. Earlier today was the hometown parade, which featured 44 different groups and over 500 participants. That has all wrapped up, and we are just about ready for kickoff, but a special event. You see a lot of the community members, obviously a very tight community here at Speedway, as you can hear the fans ready to watch some Speedway football, and I'm sure it's going to be a good one. As I mentioned, Beech Grove sitting at 1-5, Speedway 0-6. If you take a look at those last 6 games, for Beech Grove, they got their first victory last week against Edgewood in a 12-0 ball game, so not a ton of scoring, but they were able to put up the goose egg on the opposite side. But before then, Greenfield Central, Jennings County, Cecina, Indian Creek, and Monrovia, all losses and by a decent margin in most of those games. For the Speedway Sparkplugs, they've had a tough go of it as well. They took on Monrovia last week. They fell in that game, but they are looking for a big victory here in an emotional game, of course, always is with it being a homecoming game, and so that's what you're going to be looking forward to. Now, the players to look out for if you're talking about the Sparkplugs, obviously the one name we talk about a lot in the rushing game, Mamadou Diallo, 55 yards per game, 4 touchdowns, but he's had some big games so far this season, but he's also had some quiet games. It all starts with the offensive line, making sure that they can get that push, because a lot of times Diallo going down is not due to necessarily him as much as it is the pressure coming in, whether it's a blitz or whether one person's popping through in the backfield and making the tackle. Also in the running game, Amari Forbes, 23.5 yards per game. He has been a very effective player in the backfield, both in the rushing and the receiving side of things, as he also has 19 yards per game in receiving with a touchdown to his name as well. As far as receivers go, Lucas DeVault, 18.8 yards per game, 12.7 for Mazid Ashola. Neymahar brings in 27.5 yards per game as well. As we get ready for the coin toss here, tonight's officials are sponsored by 2020 Eye Physicians of Indiana. With 2 convenient locations in Speedway and Indianapolis, the doctors at 2020 provide the high-quality eye care patients deserve, helping everyone see the field of play more clearly. Our head official for tonight's game, Mike Eason in the white cap. Both teams coming out to midfield. Your captains for both teams, that is. Captains for the Sparkplugs, Mamadou Diallo, LeBron Willis, as well as Lucas DeVault, and one more, Dawson Ott as well. Talking about the defense and Dawson Ott right now so far this season, he's tied for the lead in tackles right now. 21 total tackles and a sack to his name, tied with Mazid Ashola, who's got 22 tackles as well, along with 2 tackles for loss and 3 passes defensed. And it looks like the Sparkplugs will receive to start this game. My rule of thumb has always been, whenever you're playing in a game that means something a little bit more, as a homecoming game might, I'm a big fan of receiving. Obviously, the regular plan is to kick off so that you defer into that second half. You want that football in the second half, but first game of the season, as well as the homecoming game, I'm a fan of receiving the football to start it off. You're trying to get the offense going. You want to have that punch in the mouth that they are certainly going to be expected. What to expect on the Beech Grove side? Bishop Moore is the man behind center, 158.8 yards per game on the season, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions to his name. Karan Parks is the man who's really been the dominant one, 128 yards per game in the rushing game, that is, 8 touchdowns to his name, but also importantly, 4 100-plus rushing games so far in these first 6 games of the season for him. So that is going to be a player that we need to look out for, and the defense is really going to have to pay attention to throughout the game. Also on the defensive side, Nathan Chapman, important player that plays a role on this team. 14 tackles on the season, 4 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. We are gearing up, ready to go as the return team does come out. We already mentioned Mazida Shola, who has typically been a dominant person in the return game.
For the Hornets, number 78, Tyler Hickson, back deep.
He wears the jersey number 3. Back there with him, Lucas DeVault, who has shown that he can also be a dominant return man to his own right. But different teams who have watched the film have seemingly gone about the kicking game in different ways. As this one kicked away, it's going to be a pooch to the 30-yard line and returned. And not much of a return. I believe that's Amari Forbes with the football. He's able to get about 8 yards on the return.
For the Sparkplugs.
And that's where the Sparkplugs will set up shop.
First and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 39-yard line.
Setting up shop in the shotgun with Ashola to his left. As that one snapped, it's going to be wide out to the left side. Sox knocked out of bounds for a short gain.
Out of bounds by number 8, Javier Cruz.
Also important to mention Logan Moore, the quarterback for today. There have been a couple of changes to that position, whether it's been Moore or the sophomore Blake Stewart. Moore has since taken over that starting position back. He started to begin the season. For a couple of games there, though, Stewart had the start. Logan Moore on the season, 99.4 yards per game as he hands this one off. No, keeps it himself. Play action right side. Fooled me. Blocks downfield. That's going to be an illegal block downfield, as this one's going to be coming back. A flag on the play, so it was a first down, but it looks like it's going to be coming back.
Michael Martin, there was a penalty marker on the field.
Getting back into Moore's statistics in the rushing game, not quite as dynamic as Stewart. He's not going to do it a whole lot. He's averaging 3 carries a game to Stewart's 8, and you see it right there. A holding penalty going against the Sparkplug, so they'll be moving this one back. The blocks were down the field, but yeah, right at that line to gain. So the ball going to be basically placed at the original line of scrimmage. And so it's going to be second down and 10.
For the Sparkplugs on the 39-yard line.
So not the worst holding downfield, but you know that you're going to have a first down and possibly be across midfield. Would have been a nice start. So we'll see what they do here. Forbes in the backfield now for Diallo, as the pass to the left side is caught and lost, and that's going to be recovered by Beech Grove. Are they going to call that a catch? Yes, they are. And that is going to be a fumble recovered by Beech Grove. Nemahar had the football and lost it as he had his back turned on the reception, was not expecting contact right off the bat. And so a disastrous play and a turnover, as the Hornets will already have it in Speedway territory at the 33-yard line.
For the Hornets on the 33-yard line.
It all stems after that holding penalty moves them back. A fumble on the next play and a stoppage, a whistle here from the officials, and just a brief halt as we'll get things going again. So Moore in the backfield will hand this one off up the middle, and a great stop right there by a pair of defenders. But it started with Jedson Pettifer. Apologies for that. The senior, 6'2", 315 pounds, and certainly did a nice job getting some penetration there on the snap to make the play. Also in on the play, Corey Midget, the senior. So a pair of Sparkplugs get a tackle on that one. Parks lined up to the right side this time of Moore. Moore's going to drop back to pass, look left side. He's got a receiver, and that one
Bishop Moore's pass to number 1
is incomplete. Low pass that time. Made him dive for it. Wasn't able to come up with the reception, and so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Hornets.
3rd and 10 for the Hornets on the 33-yard line.
Mentioned Moore's touchdown to interception ratio. 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far through 6 games. Parks also 8 touchdowns, so never really going to know what they're going to go to. They seem to have a pretty equal rushing and passing attack. First Financial Bank is proud to support the Speedway community. Banking is about neighbors helping neighbors, and it always will be. First Financial Bank, member FDIC. So far, not a whole lot in this game. It was a short kickoff to start it off for the Sparkplugs as they were able to return that past the 35-yard line. Seemed like they were going to have a nice drive to start things on their first possession. Had it across the 50-yard line. A holding penalty moved them back. The ensuing play, screen pass to the left side, fumbled, recovered by Beech Grove, and now they are set up at that original line of scrimmage where the fumble occurred. It's still 3rd down and 10 from the 33-yard line.
After the Speedway timeout.
The rushing attack dominant for Beech Grove, but so far only one play, and it was snuffed out by the Speedway defense. 3 down linemen this time for the Sparkplugs. Moore back to pass right side, has a receiver. It is caught, and it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. And it will be a gain of 11 on the play, and the sticks will move at the 22. So far in the passing game, it's been quick passes, 1 read, and the ball is out from Bishop Moore. First time was the left side. That was incomplete. That time, the first completion of the day for 11 yards from Moore. Parks will line up behind Moore this time. Heavy set, 3 blockers on that right side as they'll hand it off to the weak side. Stiff arm that time from Parks. He stiff arms again, continues to move forward, has the first down and a little bit more, as it's going to be a gain of 13 yards on first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Hornets. Not a high-scoring Hornets team as we take a look again. The blockers not really getting out in front. Speedway doing a nice job getting bodies in front of Parks. It's just finishing the tackle that was the trouble right there. A stiff arm and a hit stick. And it's going to be 1st and goal, 9 yards to the end zone here for the Hornets. Blitz comes through here for Speedway as Parks dips through it, and he's able to get a decent gain. And he's only 3 yards away from pay dirt that time as he's tripped up.
Tackle made by number 17, Mason Bowman.
Mason Bowman with the tackle. Bowman, another one of
Second and goal for the Hornets on the 3-yard
star
line.
defensive players on this Speedway team, somebody that has their name mentioned quite a bit. Second down and goal from the 3. See if they go for another handoff here. That's exactly what they do. Parks up the middle, not touched, and a touchdown for Beech Grove. The Hornets on the board first here in the homecoming game for your Speedway Sparkplugs. And that time, nothing to it. I mean, it was just inside zone, moving the players around, moving those blockers around, and opened up a very large gap. And it looks like Beech Grove going to go for 2 on this one. And they'll take the snap, hand it off up the middle, and Parks scores, loses the football, and able to get it back, but the whistle came in. I don't think it mattered. I think he broke the plane before losing the football. And so regardless, that is going to be a successful 2-point conversion. 8-0 the score to start it off for the Beech Grove Hornets, looking for their second victory of the season and back-to-back victories for Beech Grove.
In the first quarter, Beech Grove Hornets 8.
On the offensive end for the Sparkplugs, it really looked like they had something going right there. I guess the only advice that can be given is just limiting the mistakes, whether that's penalties or turnovers, because they came back-to-back after a couple of decent gains. And so if Speedway's able to hold on to the football and they can continue to move the ball the way that they were in that first series, I think they're going to be all right as far as the offensive scoreboard is concerned. On the defensive end, obviously we already know that Parks is going to be a dominant rusher as he recorded his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. But you saw the first play of the drive. The defensive line was able to get some penetration. It's going to be
kicking off for the Hornets, number 78, Tyler Hickson.
A rushing defense reliant on the linebackers. They're going to have to be able to get the tackle in that second level whenever Parks gets through. So we'll see if they're capable of doing that. Tyler Hickson, 6'1", 340-pound kicker for the Hornets. Not something you see every day. Kicked it to about the 30-yard line last time. We'll see if that's where they go again. Hickson steps into this one, and it goes to the 40-yard line and is recovered. Fortunately for Speedway, went directly to a player. They're able to return that one. And that was Nathan Chapman, linebacker for this Speedway unit.
With the return brought down by a high of Hornets.
Also the 3rd or 4th rushing option on this Speedway team.
1st and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 48-yard line.
So Sparkplugs start with even better field position this time, 48-yard line. So they're going to try to get across midfield quickly. Moore has Diallo to his right, drops the snap, but still drops back to pass, throws it to an open receiver over the top, and that one's overthrown. The timing probably messed up a tad by the drop snap, as it was just a bit off. Mazida Shola, the intended receiver that time. Would have had him well over his average yards per game, only 12.7 yards per game in the receiving game, but this is not a team that hangs their hat on the deep pass. 2nd down and 10 from the 48. Once again passing, screen right side. Extra space this time, as that is a gain of 8 yards.
Number 1, Miles Cessna.
And Miles Cessna comes close to the first down, but more importantly too, Speedway across the midway stripe as they're set up on the Beech Grove side of things. Get a look at the replay again. Nice move after that catch. Yards after catch always going to be important with this offense. They like to throw it outside and short. So 3rd down and about 2.5 as they hand off. And that's going to be a 1st down that time for Mamadou Diallo. A nice carry. Had to shift right at the line to find the hole, was able to do so. So a gain of about 3-4 yards for Diallo.
Gain of 6 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 39-yard line.
Sparkplugs 1st and 10 from the 39. 2-back set this time. Not something you see a whole lot. It's Simpson to the right, and a nice move by Diallo as he got the handoff, but he was lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's exactly what he did that time. But a formation we haven't seen a whole lot. Vincent Simpson in the backfield, the tight end, back there with Diallo. Ended up just being as an extra blocker.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 39-yard line.
Still at the 39 as Amari Forbes comes into the ball game, shifts back over left side for Moore. Faking the handoff, passing outside, and nice catch, but not for a ton of yards.
With the completion from Logan Moore.
And Nahmahar gets about 2.
BJ Baston and number 6, Justin Stewart. Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd and 9.
First reception
on the 38-yard line.
Or sorry, second reception of the day for Mahar. A lot of field to cover here. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9 from the 38. Nahmahar comes in motion. They fake the pass out to him. It's going to be a middle screen and nobody home that time.
Logan Moore's pass falls incomplete.
Not entirely sure who the intended receiver was, but I believe it was Caleb Finters. He was sort of in the area, but that was a lot of pressure coming right up the middle for Moore, and he just had to get the ball out of his hand quickly in order to not take a sack.
4th and 9
because it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there on the field for 4th down and 9. So we'll see what they draw up here to gain 9 yards. Amari Forbes back in the backfield. And I think that's going to be a false start. Nahmahar kind of had a bounce to his step there, and I think that's where the penalty flag is going to come from in that slot.
False start against the Sparkplugs.
A couple of receivers actually seemingly not on the same page when it came to the snap count. And I believe that means that the punt team is going to come out.
Out to punt for Speedway, number 30, Eli Bishop.
And Eli Bishop will come out to punt.
Number 9, Karan Parks.
Parks is going to be back to return. Snap is high this time, but it gets away, and it's a good one. As it will bounce at the 15, continue to roll past the 10, and as it takes a small hop in the wrong direction, it is marked down at the 11-yard line. A nice punt that time
down at the 11-yard line
to pin Beech Grove back on their own side of the football field. 8-0 still our score. Sparkplugs have been able to pick up a couple of first downs, but nothing much more beyond that. We'll see what the defense can do against this rushing attack. The passing game hasn't been too much of an issue, but it can be. We mentioned a pretty consistent rush and pass attack here from Beech Grove. Moore back out there with Parks lined up to his right side. And as if they just wanted me to be wrong, Parks moves back behind Moore this time. Moore taking his time. The play clock's still at 20. High snap this time, handed off to Parks, and he's taken down quickly after a gain of a yard. Nice job by the defensive line that time. The important possession, the important part to these offensive possessions for the Hornets is as it pertains to the defense for the Sparkplugs. First down is absolutely vital. You do not want 4 or 5 yards gained on first down because they know that they can give the ball to Parks and he could possibly pick up 6 yards. If you can get a stop, make it 2nd and 3rd down and long, make it very difficult in situations where you think that they're going to be more likely to pass, that's where this defense is going to thrive. Moore takes the snap and hands it off to Parks once again, who bounces it out to the outside. He's got a lot of space. He's got to the 40-yard line as finally somebody gets there. The tackle going to be attributed to Mazid Ashola, but not before a massive gain as the ball is going to go all the way to the 44-yard line. And not much that Ashola could do there other than drop a shoulder that forced Parks out of bounds.
1st and 10 for the Hornets on the 44-yard line.
Interior rush defense has been very good so far in the game, but once that ball has gotten bounced out by Parks, it has been trouble for this Speedway defense. whistle here. And I think that there's going to be a conversation with the marching band. And yeah, so something about the band playing as it relates to the field of play. So clearly I believe that they were playing a little bit further into their right there, trying to allow Beech Grove to hear. Screen pass right side. That's got a first down written all over it, and a little bit more toe tapped down the sideline for Zane Beam, who's got the first down and a little more as he's across the 30-yard line, actually knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Gain of 14 on the play. First and 10 for the Hornets on the 30-yard line.
6:20 to go here in the first period of play. First and 10 setting up here at the 30-yard line for the Hornets. Moore looking over toward his left side, now checks the right. Takes a snap and looks left, and that time nearly intercepted. Fingertips on the play that time for Lucas DeVault. He had his eyes on that the entire way, and that was nearly interception number 3 on the season for Moore.
Second and 10 for the Hornets.
You take a look.
30-yard line.
He turns his head, and he's right there. The intended receiver was Tanari Woods on the play, so it's second down and 10. This is the money down for the Hornets so far in the game. And they will hand it off outside. Parks turns upfield, and he's able to break a couple of tackles as he gets across the 10-yard line near the 5. And some really nice blocks downfield for the Hornets as well.
Tackle made by
and like I mentioned, that second down is the money down for this Beech Grove team.
First and goal for the Hornets on the 6-yard line.
See the handoff, and actually grabbed a piece of jersey of his offensive lineman trying to scoot around him. So a cheeky carry that time for Parks as he was literally directing traffic. Snap low that time, and Moore tried to get the handoff. Wisely just drops to the ground, but it's going to be a loss on the play. It is first and goal, so that's going to put him at the 11-yard line, first and goal.
Loss of 5 on the play.
5-yard loss.
Goal for the Hornets on the 11-yard line.
So a huge play possibly here for the Sparkplugs. We'll see if they can capitalize. Parks was supposed to get the handoff on that play before Moore just went down with it. And Parks will get it right here. Rush up the middle, and he's tackled right at the original line of scrimmage. Or not the original, back at where the line was, the ball was spotted. Nearly a tackle for loss. A couple of different spark plugs led by LeBron Willis.
For the Hornets on the 11-yard line.
On the tackle, you see the celebration there from Willis before helping up his fellow teammate Nathan Chapman, who was also in on the play. So third down and 11. Moore looking left side, and he's finally able to get that to his running back, Parks, but Parks wasn't able to come away with the reception, bringing up fourth down. Now they went for 2. The question is whether or not that was because of the kicking game or because they wanted to be aggressive. The offense staying out there, so I'm going to assume that they are not confident in their short kicking game. Field goals so far this season. We'll get to that stat here in a bit. Fourth down and 11. Moore dropping back to pass, looking right side, going to fire toward the end zone. Caught. Back of the end zone. Crazy reception. Sox pleading his case, saying he was out of bounds.
Bishop Moore, touchdown.
Couldn't quite see the corner over there. Not sure if Sox has a case on the play, but it's going to be ruled a touchdown. He is still hot over that play. And with the score, the 2-point conversion upcoming this time for the Hornets. But like I mentioned, just couldn't see that corner and what happened on the play. But Moore comes out here with Parks to his left side. Last time just a handoff up the middle. Man in motion. And it'll be a passing play on the flat, and that is caught, turned, and a score. Thought for a moment that it was possible that Martin stepped out, but he was able to make a play, turned upfield, and the 2-point conversion is good. So 16-0 following that score. Beech Grove finds another score here in quarter number 1. I think it's been pretty clear what the issue is right now. It's the rushing attack. We knew that Parks was going to have something special. He has in most games so far this season, 4 games of 100+ rushing yards. And he's working his way toward that again today, if he hasn't already achieved it following that massive rush earlier on this drive. We're under 5 minutes of play to go in the first quarter as the kick return team will come back out here for Speedway. They've been fortunate in field position to start, the Sparkplugs have, as the kicks have not been incredibly deep. The first one returned from the 30-yard line, the second one returned from the 40. So you know that Chapman as well as Forbes will have their heads on a swivel, as the kicks have been to them, almost directly to them. Haven't really been able to see our stud return guys do much. Lucas DeVault, Mazita Shola back there to return once again. Almost begs the question whether you move them up a row just so you can get them on the return team. This one going to be onside left side and recovered at the 50.
Phoenix Hunger.
So trying to get the ball back that time was Beech Grove, and they have literally moved the ball up 10 yards each possession so far for Speedway. Started at the 30, started at the 40. Now we'll see what they can do starting at the 50-yard line. Good field position again for Speedway.
On the 50-yard line.
In this 16-0 ball game, homecoming day here for the Sparkplugs. Amari Forbes in the backfield here with Moore. He'll take the snap, back to pass this time, looking deep down the field, and Sox just couldn't make the play, as it may have been tipped as well. Double covered, but overall a decent ball. Maybe needed just a little bit more air on it. But Sox certainly had a step forward. Could have been a massive play. They've been attacking the seam. It's the second time we've seen Speedway throw deep on first down. That's just a tough throw for Moore to make. 16-0. Second down and 10 from the 50. Moore keeps it this time, sidearms it. It's going to be caught. First down, 11-yard gain that time for Caleb Finters, the tight end. 6'2" sophomore. And man, he showed the hands late. I don't know that he expected the ball to come when it did. Had to turn his body upfield to make the grab. A nice catch and a good gain. First down and 10 across the 40-yard line of the Hornets. Moore takes the snap again. This time Diallo puts his head down and has a great gain for first down. Gain of 6 yards on the play. And that's the key, is the first down plays for the Sparkplug team. We mentioned that it seemed like for the Hornets that the second down play was their money play. This is where Speedway has to capitalize. They have to make it second and third down and short in order to have success. They move back into that formation, but now Diallo moves behind more, faking the handoff and then going left side. That time to Simpson. Simpson finds some space across the 10-yard line. End zone. Do they have it? Yes, they do. Touchdown, Sparkplugs. Great fake on the play as Vincent Simpson was open in the middle of the field, split the safeties and scores. They came out in that similar formation that we had seen before where Diallo was joined by Simpson in the backfield, and Simpson just comes across. It's basically a screenplay. And they will just go for the PAT this time. But a great job by the coordinator that time to draw that one up. But even better job on the execution from Simpson as the PAT is up and good. Sparkplugs on the scoreboard, 16-7 the score. Under 4 minutes to go here in quarter number one. A lot has happened, a lot of scoring has happened in this first quarter already. We might be headed to a high-scoring game. I don't know if you can bet on high school sports, but hopefully you took the over, folks. Really nice play. But it also comes down to what I was saying just prior to the touchdown. Making sure that you get good yardage on first down opens up the playbook so much more, because you can do really just about anything you want. I mean, whether you're trying to get a couple of yards to set up for third down and short, you can go down the field, or you can set up a play that I haven't seen so far this season. Opening up the playbook here on homecoming are the Sparkplugs. So they'll come out here to kick. First time we've seen the kickoff team today for Speedway.
Kicking off for the Sparkplugs, number 24, Joey Havlin. Back deep for the Hornets.
Havlin knocked through the PAT, now ready
number 9,
for the kickoff as Parks once again back there to return. He's dangerous in open space. If I were them, I would probably avoid the hands of Karan Parks. As the kick going to be pooched left side, it'll bounce just short of the 20 and then die. As it's going to be returned this time from Woods. Woods trying to flip field, and he does so successfully. Big gainer this time across the 40, now the 50, and now open field. It's going to be a kickoff return to respond on the touchdown. Nobody around him, and a touchdown for Tenari Woods. And that is one heck of a response from Beech Grove. Seemed like that was going to be a great kickoff. It bounces at the 20 and then unexpectedly died on the turf. Woods had to pick that one up, flip field, and make a play, but he was able to do so successfully. I'd love to see the numbers on how many yards he actually ran. He ran all the way from the right side of the field to the left and then came back to the right side on that play. But the two-point conversion attempt upcoming, man in motion, and it's a passing play in the flat, open, and incomplete. Fortunate for the Sparkplugs, that one dropped. So the score stays 22-7, but Speedway, after having a fantastic drive and a huge momentum play, going to have to bring the offense back out here. And I mentioned scoring. We still got plenty of football left, folks. 3:35 left in the first quarter alone. 29 points have been scored. I do think that, you know, the defense, they've been gashed on the running game as well. Whenever Parks is able to get outside, the interior defensive line has been good, but also with the way that Moore has been passing, make that Bishop Moore. Obviously both teams have quarterback last name Moore, but Bishop Moore, the way he's been passing, it's been the first read, and we saw early signs of this Speedway defense able to try to capitalize on that. I do expect at least one interception in this game just based on what we've seen from the offense of the Hornets. If they need to take to the air, I should say. I think that we're going to see a couple of big defensive plays. Now the kickoff team comes back out here. Now it's being kicked off from the 40. I don't think that it's going to wind up at the 40. But based on trends, the ball's been kicked to the 30, the 40, onside to the 50. So the stats would show us that the ball is not going to move right here. I'm expecting a whiff on the kick. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. But anything can, as it's going to be kicked this time right side. It's going to be returned by Lucas DeVault, who turns upfield, finds some space, and he gets down at the 50-yard line. A great return that time. And I said it was DeVault, it was Mazida Shola. Mazida Shola on the return. Number 2 and number 3 on the field. Both of them back to return on the play. But Mazida Shola with a great return on the play. Thought for a moment he might be responding to the kickoff return with one of his own, but he was brought down just across the 50-yard line. The returns have gotten better and better every single time, that time only by 1 yard, but still progress on the kick return team each and every time that they've had the opportunity. Namaha comes in motion. They're going to counter it off to the left side, and I expect a flag to come in, and yes, it does. Also off screen, Corey Midget took playing to the whistle very seriously, blocked his man all the way to the Speedway sideline and then onto his back. Great blocks forward that time, but Diallo was taken down by a horse collar tackle, and so that's going to be an easy first down and 15 yards.
Penalty against the Hornets.
Able to move the ball without having to move the ball that time.
1st and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 33-yard line.
I did expect that to be a decent run play, as, again, one of those plays we haven't seen much of. The fake handoff to Namaha coming in motion and then just giving it to your back. Forbes in the backfield this time. Pass off to the right side, off the mark. A little bit too far forward as the pressure was coming into the face of the quarterback, Logan Moore. So 2nd down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Should make it 33.
2nd and 10 for Speedway on the 34-yard line.
2nd down and 10. Back in that formation that led to the touchdown. Simpson in the backfield. Simpson going to take the reception, but it's going to hit the ground. Couldn't grab it that time.
Logan Moore's pass to Vincent Simpson.
Looked like it might have actually been the same play, going back to that screen pass. Left side, faking it to Diallo. Unsuccessful that time, brings up 3rd down and long. 10 yards to the line to gain.
3rd and 10 for the Sparkplugs.
Forbes comes out this time. More traditional Speedway set. Everybody moved early. And so there's going to be a false start. This might be one of those false start everybody but the center type plays. That wouldn't be inaccurate. So 3rd down and 15 now. Going to need something big, or at least something to get them I'd say they need about 10 yards on this play, so it really doesn't put them in too big of a different position. Likely 4-down territory as you're already across the 40-yard line, and depending on the spot, obviously, with your kicker. Mid-screen this time, plenty of space in the middle of the field. Forbes has the first down. He's across the 20-yard line.
Is complete to number 14, Amari Forbes.
Everybody dropped back
Brought down by
on the defensive side, and nobody was in the middle of the field to handle Forbes and those blockers. The entire defensive line bid on the screen pass, and that mid-screen can be absolutely devastating, and we see it right there.
On the 17-yard
so
line.
Speedway across the 20-yard line into the red zone this time. Moore with it again, hands this off to Diallo. No, keeps it himself. Moore dials his own number, and he's across the 10-yard line sliding. And that brings up second down and 3.
10-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
7-yard carry that time for Moore, not a traditional runner. Only averages 3 carries per game. This time he will hand it off to Diallo, who goes middle of the field, and he's down at the 8. So it'll be third down and 1.
Number 45 with the stop for the Hornets.
Third down and looks like a full yard.
3rd and 1 for the Sparkplugs on the 8-yard line.
Knowing you're likely going for it with the score being 22-7, maybe play action right here, not a bad idea. But they're, how about that? Don't have to worry about running the play action. Remember, you can just get the first down automatically. Hard count successful.
Penalty against the Hornets.
That's going to move the ball to the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 4.
First and goal.
Important to mention, mistakes have to be 0 right here. A couple of times holding penalties. False starts have really messed with this Speedway team, but also losing the football. They lost the football on the first drive of the game. As they will counter it left side, and that one goes backward. A loss of 3 on the play. They showed that earlier, the fake handoff on the motion man, trying to fake that sweep to the right side and handing it off. But that time the defense not fooled. The first time led to the automatic first down on the horse collar tackle, but that time Diallo hit in the backfield.
On the 8-yard line.
So second and goal from the 8. Diallo in the backfield. Man open on the flat, but that one thrown right on him. But continuing to fight forward, able to get near the 5, call it the 6-yard line, a gain of 2, third down and goal from the 6.
Tackle made by number 10, Frankie Wildrenner.
The play action worked that time. Just needed to get the ball out a little bit sooner before it was red, as that will be the end of the first quarter. A long first quarter that time. This game kicked off around 7:30. It's almost a 45-minute first quarter. But 22-7 the score. Plugs knocking on the door. They'll switch sides. Seems like right now the name of the game for the Sparkplugs team has been a lot of motion. Keep the defense guessing. Try to catch them off guard. That's what led to the first touchdown. And they've gone back to a couple of those plays. Makes it a little bit harder once the defense has seen it, though. The important thing as well, score right here makes it a 1-score game. But then the defense has to respond, and obviously the special teams as well. Last touchdown for the Sparkplugs. Big momentum play, big drive. That momentum snuffed out by a kickoff return from the Hornets. The Sparkplug offense had to come right back out. They were able to start at the Hornet 49-yard line. And we'll see what they can do with this drive as the ball just short of the 7-yard line. Moore in the backfield with Forbes as the snap, pass middle of the field, and was it caught? I believe. Yes, it was. Touchdown, Sparkplugs. Keller Sox with a great catch right near the turf. Back on the board, the Sparkplugs score again, 22-13 of the PAT upcoming. But Keller Sox, in my notes, looking at the receiving numbers to try to give you an estimation on what players you're going to be seeing. Keller Sox, not somebody who has a ton of numbers, but I just wrote underneath his name, capable of big plays, and you saw it right there. A touchdown to Keller Sox thrown that time by Moore. PAT this time is blocked. And so the score remains 22-13. I said earlier, and that's on me, that it would be a one-possession game if the Sparkplugs were able to get the touchdown. But with that PAT being blocked, 9-point game. So it remains a 2-score game. The Speedway Lions Club is a proud partner and supporter of the town of Speedway and Speedway schools. The club meets on the second and fourth Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m. in the Speedway Municipal Center. More information about the club and about joining the club is available via email at speedwaylions@gmail.com. Of course, we thank all of our sponsors who help us get on the air. We've got a great homecoming game so far. Probably one of the more exciting games that we've had out here. We've had a lot of good first halves. And that's sort of been the storyline for this Speedway team. The defense had been really holding up on the defensive side, but they really haven't been able to put up much offense. And then the second half rolls around, and that's where a lot of our scores have kind of gotten out of whack. But in this game, 22 points so far for the Hornets. That all comes in the first quarter. But the offense is able to put up some numbers. They put up 13 points. They've been able to find the end zone 2 separate times. So certainly looking like a different type of a game here from Speedway, as this one's going to be onside kicked. A huge hit right there. It looked like it was recovered by Beech Grove. And they already point that direction, so the fight for the football a moot point. But man, oh man, fortunate for Beech Grove, that ball really did bounce directly to them. Made it a little bit easier to recover.
Andre Smith.
And after the hit, I'm not exactly sure if that's what I saw, but it looked like the official was directing Nathan Chapman, who made the tackle, to come out of the game. I don't know if he was just telling him that whenever the whistle's blown to come off the pile or what the conversation was, but he came to the sideline. Now he's back in on the field. So unclear what that conversation was, but around the 50-yard line is where the Hornets will set up shop. 3-yard gain to start things off for Parks.
Brought down by number 2, Lucas DeVault, and number 58, Sam Goodman.
DeVault with the tackle.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for the Hornets on the 49-yard line.
2nd down and 7 across the 50-yard line now is Beech Grove. Bishop Moore hands this one off to Parks, lead blocker ahead. Parks, absolute jitterbug difficult to bring down. Never was brought down, but he's out of bounds.
Number 3, Mazid Ishola.
He was able to get across the 40-yard line that time, out of bounds at the 38.
Gain of 11 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Hornets on the 38-yard line.
Once again, 1st and 10 play. Many times they've gone to the rush attack here on 1st and 2nd down. See if that's what they go to again here. Moore takes a snap, and he will hand this off left side. A lot of spark plugs in the area, but nobody can bring down Parks. He turns upfield around the 20, and a nice tackle that time. And once again, Nathan Chapman able to make the tackle. Certainly been a bright spot on the defensive side, and obviously special teams, as we saw on that last play. That last kickoff, that is.
Javier Cruz, number 8, in a quarterback for the Hornets.
What's it going to take for the defense to get the stop on Parks? Every time he's gotten outside the tackles, it seems like it's been disastrous for this defense.
16-yard line.
So you see right there, nice textbook tackle. That time from Chapman, just rolling Parks up to make the play. Moore keeps it himself, takes it off up the middle, and maybe a gain of 2.
By a whole set of Sparkplugs.
That's really good by the defensive line, especially with the way that Parks has been able to rush to the outside. You go to that read option play and keep it yourself as a quarterback, you're expecting it to be pretty wide open the first time you run it because you know that the defense has their eyes on Karan Parks. But that time, the defense not fooled. They were able to make the stop right there. Nice job on 1st down. 2nd down and 8 this time for Beech Grove. Moore takes a high snap, able to get it off to Parks. Parks, stiff arm, brought down. Mazid Ashola held on for dear life, able to drag Parks down. So only a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 5. You have to expect that this is going to be 4-down territory anytime Beech Grove's probably realistically across the 45-yard line. Moore takes a snap, fakes a handoff, keeps it himself, rushes right side, nobody around. A huge hit right there, prevents the touchdown, but it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. And Bishop Moore shaken up after the hit.
Tackle made by number 3.
He is still down. That was a brutal hit.
Hornet on the field.
Prevented a score. Take a look at it one more time. So 2 plays in a row, Mazid Ashola makes the tackle. The first time massive. Was able to bring down Parks after a gain of 3. That time was a tackle to prevent a score. Would have made it 28-13. Able to stop that from happening. So unfortunate to have the quarterback down. Obviously, we don't want any injuries. Popcheff and Dinn has been your trusted Speedway law firm for over 50 years, offering reliable, caring legal support to families and businesses in our community. Located at 5023 West 16th Street, or online at popchefflaw.com. That's popchefflaw.com. Still down on the ground is Moore. Just a sophomore, 6'6", 210 pounds. The young quarterback has been really pretty good today. Only the 2nd time that we'd seen him in the rush attack. Kept it himself. First time was tackled after a gain of 2. That time looked like he was going to be getting some points on the board for his team. And that was, of course, before Ashola came through with that massive hit. While we do take a break here, I do want to mention that we have a great halftime show ahead of us with Delaney Rubel directing the 500 Regiment. That'll be available for your viewing pleasures. Of course, it is homecoming. Homecoming festivities will also commence. We have not had those yet. Back-to-back weeks have back-to-back homecoming games. It was at Danville last week as they took on an Ohio school, and Roger Bacon. That was their homecoming game. They came away with victorious, obviously hoping the same here for our Sparkplugs. We don't have very many games left on the schedule. A pair of regular season games as Speedway going to be on the road against Indian Creek next week. And now Moore walking off the field, being assisted there, certainly still looks a little shaken. And they're holding that left arm. Not sure if that's to help with direction or if that's some sort of a shoulder / collarbone injury. A lot of times you see a player go down face first. That collarbone can only take about 25 pounds of pressure.
On the 1 yard line.
So whenever you go down like that, it can cause problems. And I suppose I thought that was more to the quarterback, and he is in right now, firing in the middle of the field. So they were in the Wildcat
pass, incomplete,
when they ran that play.
To Zane Ream.
So apologies on my part. I had originally thought that was the quarterback, Bishop Moore, a different quarterback in for those read option plays. So 2nd down and goal from the 1 yard line. You have to expect Parks going to get the football here soon. The entire defense collapses as Parks hops in to the game.
Parks, touchdown, Hornets.
And so that is going to be a score. Another touchdown that time. Also important to mention, Javier Cruz was the player that was in on the play that was injured in that Wildcat formation. Cruz, the junior quarterback, was injured on that play. But another score. It is 28-13. Beech Grove leading it here as they will go for another 2-point conversion. Successful on their first 2 attempts, unsuccessful the 3rd time around. This time they hand off to Parks, and it's a tackle for loss. So once again, unsuccessful.
The 2-point conversion. Tackle for a loss.
And so,
number 51, Corey Midget, and
with these
17,
extra
Mason
points
Bowman.
and failed 2-point conversions, the possession numbers are changing drastically. Whenever the Sparkplugs scored their last one, they had the PAT opportunity to make it a 1-score game. They missed that, left it at a 9-point game, and a 2-point conversion attempt this time from the Hornets keeps it a 2-possession game as they were trying to make it 30-13, leading by 17. Well, you can only score 8 points a drive. So would have been a 3-possession game had they scored. Instead, it's a 15-point lead here for the Hornets. A nice job by the Sparkplugs to keep the possessions the same. As we'll see what they can do here. Under 9 minutes to go in quarter number 2, the first half.
Kicking off for the Hornets, number 78, Tyler Hickson.
And again, I want to just reiterate, Javier Cruz was the player injured on that last play. Able to walk off under his own power with a little assistance. Looked like a shoulder injury on that quarterback run. So the starting quarterback, Bishop Moore, still in the ball game, just not in on that play, a Wildcat type. As we'll throw the wild card out on where this kick's going to go. It's going to be returned by Ashola. Ashola, middle of the field, gets to the 40-yard line, and that's where the pile will drop down. So a nice gain. And 60 yards from pay dirt to start things off for the offense.
33, Chris Rice. First and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 41-yard line.
Come out with just one halfback back there with Diallo. I only say that because they've been running that new formation. Amahar out to the right side, faking the screen over to him, and said middle screen. And a 1-yard gain that time for Caleb Finters.
Tackle made by number 10, Frankie Wildbrenner.
I am a big fan of the way that they run these middle screens because they aren't afraid to throw it to the flat out wide. And so they've done that consistently enough to where there's no reason for the defense to not try to buy it. And there is a pump fake associated with that before they do go to the middle of the field. But that time, the defense, those linebackers saw the play and made a nice one. Both running backs in the backfield this time. As Diallo just going to get it up the middle of the field. A stiff arm has him across the 45-yard line.
Mamadou Diallo with the carry.
And so it is third down.
Frankie Wildbrenner with the stop for the Hornets.
Third down and 6. Amari Forbes, who was in on the last play, along with Diallo, comes out of the game. Diallo stays in.
On the 45-yard line.
Zita Shola on the near side. Moore with the hard count that time. Now gets into it. Takes a snap this time. Hands it off to Diallo, trying to find the outside. Able to break a couple of tackles. Gets across the 50-yard line. That's going to be right at the first down marker, I believe. They're going to give it to him. Yes, they are. Right at the line to gain. First down for the Sparkplugs, and across the 50-yard line is Mamadou Diallo. Looked like he was going to be bottled up right at the line of scrimmage, but instead breaks a couple of tackles and fights forward for some extra yards. Yards after contact pretty good today for Diallo. He stays out there with Moore. Moore takes a snap, fakes the handoff to Diallo this time, passes, and really just a throwaway. Saw the defender there and just threw it to the side of his intended receiver, Finters. So no gain following the incomplete pass, brings up second down and 10.
Second and 10 for Speedway on the 49-yard line.
Moore, quick pass, right side, hits Ashola. Block comes through, but Ashola only able to pick up a couple. And about 2.5 on the play.
Pushed out of bounds by number 10.
And that brings up second down and 8. Fortunate for Speedway. Thought for a moment there might have been a block in the back. Kind of turned the defender around, but no whistle came in that time. And a stoppage of play as Ashola wants his towel back. Lost the towel, and Michael Martin for the Hornets was happy to oblige.
On the 46-yard line.
We'll cross under 6 minutes of play here in the second quarter. Forbes in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left side. Screen pass to Har, and he's able to break a tackle, break a couple of tackles, but still down in the backfield. That screen pass was jumped quickly by the defense as Namaha looks a little shaken up.
Fourth down for the Sparkplug.
So Namaha comes out of the game. Punt team comes in. And Bishop,
Back
for
deep for
the
Hornets, number 9,
second time today, will punt. Blooper snap, punt. A good one, bounces just short of the 20-yard line, continuing past the 10, and it will trickle to the 7. That has been the name of the game for Bishop so far this season, as he has done a great job just getting about 30 yards through the air and then letting the ground do the rest of it. He's had some nice rolls so far this season.
First and
I haven't
10
understood why the punt
on the
teams
7-yard line.
haven't brought a man up to try to return those, knowing that that's going to go. It's about a 30-yard punt each time. Now nearly back in their own end zone are the Hornets. Bishop Moore takes a snap, hands it off to Parks. Parks gets the outside edge, and he is tackled down by Mazid Ashola. Ashola so far in this game is seemingly the only player on the team who has had absolutely no trouble bringing down Karan Parks. There is a flag down. So penalty flag on the play. Holding going to be the call. And so that's a huge call. Already backed up. We'll see. It depends on where that spot was. The flag was at the 12, so it's only really a loss of about 2 based on where that flag came in, as well as the half the distance of the goal. So it goes back to the 5-yard line. The penalty flag was at the 10. So half the distance of the goal puts you back at the 5. Be first down and 13.
On the 5-yard line.
And now Moore has his heels in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Parks up the middle. Parks comes through explosive. It's a decent gain. He's just short of the 15-yard line, down at the 18. So a nice first down run that time. Second down.
Second and 3
and
for the
3.
Hornets on the 13-yard line.
And now out of your own end zone, the offense really can do whatever they like here. Plenty of time on the clock. You're not trying to move the ball too fast. So it goes screen pass out to the right side. A lot of space, taking off across the 50, nobody around. And that's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, Zane Beam.
Bishop Moore's pass complete to number 3, Zane Beam. Touchdown, Hornets.
And he had to wait quite a while for the rest of his team to come down and celebrate the touchdown.
Return to the corner of the stands closest to the concession stand for the halftime presentation. We'd certainly appreciate your help.
Get a look at this. Blockers in front, really playing more of a screenplay that time. A good chip on the blocks. And just nobody even able to contest Beam as he came through. The 6-foot sophomore in the end zone for the touchdown, and a 2-point conversion upcoming. And again in a position where this is a very important 2-point conversion. Doesn't change the possessions, but it makes sure that Speedway has to go for 2 basically for the rest of the game. as the pass is deflected. Nice play that time from Mason Bowman.
Bishop Moore's pass broken up by Mason Bowman.
So the sophomore gets his paws on it, and it stays 34 to 13. And actually, the Hornets have been unsuccessful on their last 3 two-point conversion attempts.
I'd like to remind all members of the homecoming court
they were able to keep PATs. They
closest to the new concession stand.
Add 3 points to the score. And then it would not matter what the situation was. It'd be a 4-possession game. But right now, 21 points. The difference here for the Sparkplugs. With 3:38 to go in the second quarter. We haven't seen much from the passing game. Moore has either gone screen pass, aside from the touchdown, that is, that short pass in the middle of the field, but typically Moore has gone either screen pass or he's taken 2 deep shots. There has not been a lot of passing in the middle of the field. And it has been a run-heavy ball game. Obviously, we do expect that. There are 2 very capable backs in Diallo and Forbes, but it just seems like more so than normal. It has been a run-heavy football game here for Speedway. This one kicked, a dribbler in the middle of the field, recovered by Nehmahar, who is tackled down just short of the 40-yard line.
Chris Rice with the stop for the Hornets.
Vital to get the score on this play.
1st and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 40-yard line.
Hornets will get the opening kickoff of the second half. So I want to make sure that Speedway able to get on the board here. Forbes in the backfield with Moore. Moore hands it off to Forbes. Forbes finding some space before being taken out of bounds, and the clock will stop.
Forbes, number 14, with the carry for the Sparkplugs.
It was a slow developing handoff that time.
By number 5, Michael Martin. Second and 7 for the Sparkplugs on the 43-yard line.
3-yard gain officially on the play. Forbes stays out there. Nehmahar in the slot. Back to pass this time is Moore, as that is incomplete. Intended receiver Lucas DeVault.
Logan Moore's pass.
That one needed to be right in the chest of DeVault. Instead, it was around the left hip. Corey Midget, the offensive lineman, looked like he had a little discomfort in one of the knees, but he stays out there.
Third down for the Sparkplugs.
3rd and 7 from the 40, call it the 43 and a half. It's still Forbes. Moore back to pass. Fires middle of the field and nearly intercepted. Charles Small Turpin couldn't bring it in. The senior able to get both paws on it. But that's going to bring the punt team out here with 3:20 to go.
4th down for the Sparkplugs. Out to punt for Speedway, number 30, Eli Bishop. Back deep for the Hornets, number 9, Karan Parks.
And again, Karan Parks back there to return. This punt bounces just short of the 35 and then deflected by a Sparkplug. And that one ends up at the 38-yard line. Seems like the defense has actually had a better shot whenever Beech Grove has not been back in their own backfield. There is a flag on the play.
Penalty marker on the field during the punt.
I'm assuming it's going to be a hold. No. Wait. Still waiting on a call here. I think that they might be asking the sideline on the penalty flag. And the punt team going to come back out here. They actually took the flag on the kick. I believe it might have been an offside. So instead of your typical free play, it's a free punt. But still not enough for a first down. It's going to be 4th down and 1. With the score being what it is, I have to assume the offense going to stay out here. The big difference now with a full 1.5 yards as opposed to being 4th down and 7. I mentioned the pertinence of Speedway finding the end zone again before the end of this first half. The Hornets were able to get the football here and then also have that opening kickoff of the second half. Could be disastrous as well. So after the timeout,
during the Speedway punt, there was an illegal substitution against the Hornets.
Okay, so there's the report on that. Illegal substitution gave the 5 yards.
4th and 2 for the Sparkplug.
And yes, the offense will stay out there. Personnel. Vincent Simpson in the backfield along with Mamadou Diallo. See if they go to some different type of a play. Diallo moves back behind Moore. They're trying to get the defense to jump off sides. Now calling out the play is Moore. 7 seconds on the play clock. Moore takes the snap, a high snap, barely gets the handoff, and Diallo is stuffed. So the operation wasn't clean, and that leads to a tackle for loss
short of the first down
for this Beech Grove defense.
By number 50.
Turnover on downs. 21-point game, and now great field position to start here with plenty of time to find the end zone for Beech Grove. See if they continue to go to the workhorse,
48-yard line.
Ron Park, who has been nothing short of spectacular so far in this game. And it's actually going to be a keeper this time. Moore takes it and then slides down after a gain of 4.
Bishop Moore with the carry.
A gain of 3 on the play. Mentioned that we don't see a lot of rushing from Bishop Moore and how I thought he was in on that play. It makes a lot more sense. When he has had to run the football, he has typically slid down. 2 different rushing attempts, he has slid down early. So seemingly fully aware that he is not a mobile type of a quarterback. Not going to see a lot of running plays out of him, but able to get 3 yards on first down that last time. Now Park's able to get it. Spin move, big play, first down again.
Karan Parks with the carry.
Flag going to come in. We've got fighting.
Number 52, Dawson Ott.
2 separate flags come in.
Multiple penalty markers
and
on the
another
field.
Flag going to be thrown after everything was broken up. And I can tell you, just based on reactions, Corey Midget got the last one. And it's unsportsmanlike conduct against the defense. The question is, in high school football, it matters who these penalties are on. And if it's 2 penalties, as there were separate ones, automatic first down. But if there were separate penalties, that would be, I believe, some sort of expulsion from play for a player.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will be assessed against the Sparkplugs.
Keep an eye to see if, like I said, I know that just based on reactions, I'm about 80% sure that Corey Midget picked up that last one. Didn't see what happened to lead to the scrum that brought in the first 2 penalty flags. But regardless, all 3 of the flags are going against the Sparkplugs. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And I actually think it might be 30 yards.
Conduct against the Sparkplugs and the Hornets. Those penalties offset.
And now they're saying that the penalties offset. I think what has actually happened here, I guess it doesn't matter how many penalties come out on the play.
On the 33-yard line.
So regardless, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line, although there were certainly different flags coming in for different reasons. But almost like nothing happened. Under 2 minutes to go now. Moore hands it off. Parks makes a move. Stiff arm, asking for a face mask and gets it. How often do you see a running back ask for a face mask mid-play, then try to shake the defender but still going down? Going to be another 15-yarder.
Another flag on the field.
So a first down. And Sparkplug's helping the Hornets out quite a bit here.
Against Speedway.
This defense certainly getting a little testy as this has been an onslaught of offense for Beech Grove throughout this first half. We've got 1:46 to go here in the first half. Do want to remind you to stick around for the homecoming festivities as well as a performance from our phenomenal marching band. A minute and a half to play. Parks behind Moore. He'll take the handoff. And wrapped up and brought down that time after a small gain by Nathan Chapman.
With the stop for the Sparkplugs.
Second down and 8
for the Hornets on the 31-yard line.
Under a minute to go and really not pushing the issue here. Hornets still have 2 of their timeouts left. Both teams down to 2 timeouts. Flag comes in on the play.
Delay of game against the Hornets.
Hornets pick up a delay of game, and so not only were they not seemingly in a hurry to get up to the ball with the clock ticking, they also just weren't really in a hurry with as far as the play clock is concerned, which is very strange.
For the Hornets on the 36-yard line.
Only 35 seconds left now in this first half. They're across the 40-yard line, but nothing guaranteed, obviously. Moore back to pass. He'll sling it middle of the field, and that's going to be caught for a first down just short of the 20-yard line. So the clock will stop as they reset the sticks, and a whistle and a timeout going to be taken.
Timeout. Hornets.
By Beech Grove. 29 seconds of play left, a 21-point lead as Beech Grove looks to extend that. And they can double dip right here. They're going to be getting possession again after the halftime. So a touchdown here would quite possibly put an early end to this football game, depending on what were to happen whenever Beech Grove comes back out here. Sparkplug so far have had no answer for the running game The passing game on the other side, they had been pretty good at locking that up. But now that they've had to pay so much attention to Parks, it seems like the middle of the field may be opening up a little bit, as we saw on that last play. It's about a 18-yard pitch and catch.
After the Beech Grove timeout, 1st and 10, Hornets on the 22-yard line.
29 seconds to go, 22 yards for Beech Grove. Moore back to pass again. He'll fire toward the end zone. That ball just outside of the capable reach of Cordell Martin.
Martin is incomplete. Lucas DeVault in coverage for the Sparkplug.
Had a step on DeVault, but just a tough spot to try to land that plane.
2nd and 10 for the Hornets on the 22-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10, 23 seconds left. Parks gets the football, bounces out to the outside, and he is not going to be able to get out of bounds, and the clock ticking.
Number 3, Mazida Shola.
13 seconds, and that's the risk you run.
Timeout.
When you
Hornets.
run. They run the football expecting a big play from Parks, and he's able to get quite a few yards, 8 yards on the carry, but also couldn't get out of bounds. Nice tackling that time for the Sparkplugs. I'm really confused by the time management on the side of Beech Grove. They ran an entire play clock of time off the clock to get it down to about 30+ seconds, and now find themselves in a time crunch here, 3rd down and short. Obviously a plus here for the Sparkplugs, because keeping them out of the end zone means keeping themselves in this ball game. Speedway taking their time coming out here.
Third down for the Hornets.
3rd down and short. Moore takes a snap, high snap that time, fires out of bounds. Didn't have much to do there, and so instead just throws it over the head of the intended receiver to stop the clock with 9 seconds left.
Incomplete to number 3, Zane Ream.
Seeing some continued jawing between both teams.
On the 15-yard line.
Already been a couple of moments in this game where things have gotten quite heated. 9 seconds, a couple of shots to the end zone. Obviously the clock does stop momentarily on a 1st down and move the sticks. So could take advantage of that as well if they're able to pick up the 1st down here on 4th. As Moore fires to the end zone, almost intercepted. Probably better to not intercept that one, but Sox with the pass defense. So no score this time from the Hornets after the head-scratching
turnover on downs, 1st downs.
Clock management by Beech Grove. And Sox seemingly kicking himself for that drop, but at the same time, like I mentioned, probably better off to not catch that one unless you're going to take it back. He was awfully close to the sideline, might have taken him out of bounds, so better to take it at the 15-yard line as opposed to the 2 where you're kneeing the ball into your own end zone. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to knee the football out on this half, and that will do it. We head to halftime, 34-13, but as we take a break for halftime, enjoy the sights and sounds of the 500 Regiment under the direction of Delaney Rubel. You're watching Sparkplug football on the Speedway Sports Network and SCTV.
500 Regiment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Homecoming Activities. Speedway Student Council would like to thank all the students, teachers, and parents and community members who make our homecoming possible. As part of our Homecoming Spirit Week festivities, this week's theme was Enchantment Under the Sea. So every day took the students on a nautical adventure. The Spirit Days included Deep Blue Sea Day, which ended with the junior class winning the boys volleyball tournament. Ride the Tie-Dye Day that led to a Moana movie night. Bikini Bottom SpongeBob Day that included a water balloon fight. And Stay Afloat Lifeguard Day with an in-school rock, paper, scissors tournament. The different classes also competed in a class relay, school song competition, and stairwell decorating competition as well. We'd like to introduce the homecoming princesses, their princes, and the king and queen candidates. First off, our freshman princess, Harper Stone. With the freshman prince, Paul Bergen.
Sophomore princess, Emily Hernandez. With the sophomore prince, Gage Beiswinger. Junior princess, Ava Wright. And junior prince, Alex Young. Queen candidate, Sienna Heilman. With king candidate, Dawson Ott. Queen candidate, Abby Fritz. With king candidate, Lucas DeVault. Queen candidate, Miriam Rodriguez. With king candidate, Lincoln Bruce. Now for the big moment, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Speedway Homecoming King is Lucas DeVault. And your 2025 Homecoming Queen, Abby Fritz. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank students, teachers, parents, and community members who make our homecoming possible. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Speedway Homecoming King and Queen and Court. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the halftime performance by the Speedway 500 Regiment under the direction of Delaney Rubel.
don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I heard curtain runs off my shoulder, how can I hurt one holding you? Touching one.
Welcome back. We're just about done with halftime. 34-13 the score. Landon Kleindorfer here from Speedway as it's homecoming here in Beech Grove. Is leading this ball game 34-13. At Lindy Advanced Material Technologies, we believe young leaders are the future of our company. We proudly sponsor the Speedway High School STEAM Student of the Week. This week, Lindy AMT, along with Speedway Community Television and Speedway High School, would like to recognize Anna Mary Kova-Rubius. Anna is an outstanding STEAM student with 4 STEAM AP Course A's while leading the girls' soccer team. Her hard work and dedication to being a positive member of the Speedway community while excelling in her highly rigorous schedule make her a standout as an option for this recognition. Her relentless approach to problem solving and her support of her peers as a source of explanations for their questions shows her strength in the STEAM fields. Lindy AMT thanks Anna for the dedication, curiosity, and willingness to learn. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. From Speedway to space, Lindy Advanced Material Technologies, making the world more productive. Congratulations to her. Speedway coming back out here on the field as we will go ahead and take it to the highlights. He added an extra 2 minutes to the clock for some stretching, but it was a first half that was sort of up and down for Speedway. It looked like they had an opportunity, but Karan Parks for Beech Grove has been absolutely phenomenal, but seemed like the passing game was going to get going on the outside. Hasn't really gotten going down the field yet. The defense at times has been able to get Parks in the backfield on some big plays, but he has had some big plays of his own. Then this screen pass for the first down has been sort of the bread and butter of the offense for Speedway. A lot of screen passes. That screen pass was on an offensive play we have not seen yet. A little bit of trickery. They showed like it was going to be a run, and then it ends up being a screen, a middle screen, a great play. On the other end, though, huge return. The kickoff on the ensuing play would sort of be a backbreaker for this Speedway team, as it seems like they haven't been able to get the offense going ever since. The return team has been phenomenal, but they haven't really had to do too much. The kickoffs have been relatively short. But at the end of the day, it really has been an excellent game for Beech Grove, as you see another touchdown as Parks was able to jump in. And then off of a screen pass, another huge run play that time for Zane Beam, as he was able to take it basically from his own end zone for the touchdown. We are just about ready for the Hornets to receive the kick, as they seemingly could have been leading this game by more, but really just messed up the clock management. They had about a minute of play. They were across the 30-yard line, and what happened next was kind of confusing. They literally ran the play clock all the way down, took a penalty flag for delay of game, and lost half of their play clock, or half their clock. Ended up playing conservative, got down to 13 seconds, and then turned the ball over on downs.
Kicking off for the Sparkplug, number 24, Joey Havland.
So Havland will kick off here.
Back deep for the Hornets, number 1, Tenari Woods, and number 9,
Special teams
Karan Parks.
has been huge really for both teams. I mean, field position has not been an issue for either team for most of the game. There have been a couple of times where the Hornets have been back behind their own 15-yard line. That has been due to the punt team. And Eli Bishop, as this is going to be an onside kick just across the 50-yard line, easily recovered. You expected something like that possibly going to come from the Sparkplugs. They've had a few different attempts at an onside kick so far this season. Have not seen one be successful here at home. So Beech Grove will start on the 48-yard line. If you're just joining us here for the second half, Karan Parks has been the story so far in this game. He's been phenomenal in the rushing attack. Number 9 there behind the quarterback, Bishop Moore. 3 down linemen here for the Sparkplugs. Parks going to get the football and has it across the 50-yard line after a gain of about 3.
Tackle made by number 52, Dawson Ott.
Dawson Ott was in on the tackle.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for the Hornets on the 49-yard line.
I have to assume that with the score being what it is, I'm sure that Beech Grove not going to push the issue. Probably going to take their time and run some clock. Parks gets a handoff again right up the middle. A great carry for a first down. And another 2 or so. Just short of the 40-yard line. Taken down at the 41.
1st and 10 for the Hornets on the 41-yard line.
So they'll reset the sticks. Parks probably going to get quite a few carries here in this third quarter. And again, already bleeding this play clock down below 10 seconds. Moore not even getting into a stance before it gets about 5. Parks gets the handoff again, bounces it outside. Great tackle that time. And again, it's the Karan Park killer, really what it seemed like. Mazida Shola. He's got about 5 or 6 tackles so far in this game, and I think that they've all been on Park. Parks, excuse me. Clock ticking here, play clock at 6 seconds as faking the handoff, throwing middle of the field, and that one could have been a touchdown.
Pass is incomplete to Tenari Woods.
Tenari Woods could not bring that one in as it was right in, seemingly in his hands and in stride.
Third and 9 for the Hornets on the 40-yard line.
So again, back to pass, quick pass right side. That one's going to be caught on the right sideline, and then a tackle after an extra gain of about 4 or 5. Zane Beam with the catch and a first down. Sox is down. Keller Sox
Injury timeout
on the ground, and so the training staff going to have to come out. VP Insurance works with a wide range of providers to find the right policy for your needs. Located in and serving the Speedway community since 1974, our experienced agents work for you, not the insurance companies. With competitive rates and personalized service, VP Insurance helps you protect what matters most. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors as Keller Sox is back upright, still being talked to by the training staff. didn't see what happened. 2 socks on the play. Based on the fact that nobody working on him or helping him, I have a feeling it's more of a factor of him getting the wind knocked out of him, because he is certainly breathing heavily. But certainly in some distress there after the play. But to set it back up, it is going to be first down and 10, just inside the 15-yard line.
24-yard line.
Or I'm sorry, just inside the 25-yard line. Not to move the ball up any closer. Under 10 minutes of play left in this third quarter. This will be handed off to Parks. Parks makes a couple of moves.
Ron Parks with the carry.
And what's really impressive about Parks, you know, he makes that first cut, and it just seems like the space that wasn't open opens wide open for him every single time. How many times can you say the word open in a sentence?
Second and 6 for the Hornets on the 20-yard line.
He has just been so sporadic. I mean, a lot of times he's bouncing it outside. That's where the success has been most consistently. But whenever he's able to make a cut inside, it's an extra 5 yards every time he touches the football. Back to pass is more again, as that one is caught, but it doesn't really go anywhere. As a matter of fact, it goes back a yard. And so now it is third down and long, 3rd and 8. Moves back even further, maybe about a little closer to 3rd and 9.
Second and 9 for the Hornets on the 23-yard line.
Three seconds left on the play clock. Shotgun snap. Pass outside is incomplete. And the snaps have been really inconsistent. I think that's been a tough part. Really the only chink in this armor of the offense for Beech Grove has been sometimes the operation hasn't been in the cleanest, because snaps coming around the knees, a little bit right or a little bit left, it's been inconsistent. So, you know, oftentimes whenever a center is missing the mark, they're missing the mark in the same spot, and a quarterback can adjust to that. This has been a different type of situation. As a high snap this time, 4th down, pressure comes, throw over the top, and a touchdown. Wide open in the back of the end zone was Woods, and he's got the grab to make this a 4-possession ball game.
Touchdown, Hornets.
It seemed like everybody was coming through the offensive line that time. Pressure coming from Speedway, but really seemed like no pressure for Bishop Moore. Stood in and dropped a dot. And now we'll see the 2-point conversion here, as it's a 27-point lead, but a whistle this time. We'll see what the call is. Not sure if they just snapped the ball too early. I think that might have been the case. No whistle came in there to initiate the 2-point conversion. So they reset the football and will try it again. Moore takes the shotgun snap and gives it to Parks, who's trying to find some space, but he's met by 3 Speedway jerseys.
Stopped short of the goal line by number 52, Dawson Ott.
And so Dawson Ott was the first man there to get the stop on the 2-point conversion. And so it stays 40-13 with 8:17 to go here in the third quarter. And we see it again. For a moment, there was a space, but Ott did not get stood up like many of the defenders have throughout the game. He was actually able to get some pushback on Parks. It seemed like Karan Parks has had a decent ability to just go through some players' faces, and that's not the case. It's a player down in the end zone. That's what we're stopped for at the moment. And I believe that's Naimahar. Yes, it is. So he's able to walk off the field under his own power, coming off as the kickoff and kickoff return teams come back out onto the field. Once again, it is Ashola and DeVault back to return.
And number 3, Mazid Ashola.
I feel like I should go through the entire kickoff team for this Speedway squad because you don't know where the ball's going to go. And I don't know if that's necessarily intentional. But to reintroduce for the new viewers, that is the 6'1", 340-pound kicker, Tyler Hickson. That kick dribbles a bit, and now a decent return for Miles Cessna. And that marks the 5th different name for a kick returner in this game for Speedway alone. And by the way, they don't change the personnel very often on your kickoff return team. You want your operation to be good. So those players have been out each time. It's not because we're swapping out personnel. It's the ball just keeps getting sprayed all over the field on those kickoffs. So Speedway out there. Moore along with Diallo. Pitch play is blown dead. Offside. And so quickly that was called dead. And so it's a 5-yard gain off the penalty, 1st and 5.
1st and 5 for Speedway on the 44-yard line.
And they run the reverse left side. That's Ashola with a full head of steam, and he's knocked out of bounds. And he is down. Ashola got flipped. And in literally a drive and one play, we have had 3 players down. There's a penalty flag down as well. But Ashola had a great return on that sweep to the outside, and got flipped upside down, lands on his shoulder. And although obviously a different look to that hit, not too dissimilar to what we saw earlier in the game, the backup quarterback for Beech Grove coming into the game, Javier Cruz, he was injured actually from a hit from Ashola. But Mazid Ashola has been an important piece to this team all season long at all 3 phases. He's a great kick returner. We've seen today a phenomenal tackler as well, but down on the field at the moment. The American Legion is the nation's largest veterans service organization, founded in Speedway in 1941. American Legion Post 500 is committed to supporting American veterans, monitoring mentoring youth and community sponsorship. Located at 1926 Georgetown Road, the club room is open to the public with a full menu. More information about the Legion and Legion events is available at SpeedwayLegionPost500.com. American Legion Post 500, veterans serving veterans and the community. So, Nishola taken off the field. And a conversation being had on the sideline.
Play unsportsmanlike penalty against the Hornets.
And I was confused because there was a yellow
First and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 26
shirt
yard
over
line.
there having a conversation on the opposite side of the field. It's because coach had already come over there to check in on his player, and so the conversation was easier to be had on that side of the field. Penalty, an extra 15 yards on the play, puts Speedway inside the 30-yard line here with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Forbes is in the ball game to the right side of Moore. He'll go in motion. They'll screen that out to the right side. Forbes able to get a decent chunk there on first down as he fell forward for an extra yard. It's a gain of 3.
Brought down by number 10, Frankie Wildbrenner. Gain of 3 on the play.
Take a look again. That went out quickly. That's actually probably going to go down as a rush and not a pass. So that looked like that might have been backward.
2nd and 7 for the Sparkplugs.
Only important for you stat keepers out there. Forbes in the backfield again. 3 receivers bunched toward the left side. Pass over the top toward the end zone, and the feet getting mixed up. Really, it looked like Keller Sox was on the defensive end that time. The defender had an extra step. Looked like he was the one running the route.
Coverage for the Hornets.
So Sox not able to get ahead of that one. It falls incomplete and brings up 3rd down and long. 8 yards to go.
Third and 7 for the Sparkplugs on the 23-yard line.
This time it's going to be a handoff to Forbes. A lot of space in the middle of the field. And he's just short of the 10-yard line. A first down. And the offense going to stay out there on the field for 1st and goal. Or actually make that 1st and 10. They're at the 11-yard line, so they'll still have an opportunity to get the first down at the 1-yard line.
Sparkplugs on the 11-yard line.
That's what Forbes brings. Diallo certainly much more of the power back, as this one is going nowhere, actually going backward, a loss of 2 on the play.
Forbes with the carry.
Forbes had the carry again, and Forbes is now shaken up as Diallo comes back into the game.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 for Speedway.
Clock continues to tick, and
on the 13-yard line.
The Plugs certainly need to get into the end zone quickly because they're going to have to force a couple of turnovers to get back into this football game, still with a full quarter left to play. Diallo to the right side as he takes a snap and fires middle of the field. And for some reason, DeVault really didn't fire the hands to make that catch until the very last second.
Marker on the field.
But a penalty flag is down on the near side, and it looks like an illegal shift.
Illegal shift against Speedway.
And illegal shift is the official call, so that will move that first down marker even further back. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 18.
Very long Speedway. 2nd and 18.
On the 19-yard line.
Moore back to pass, looked left side, middle screen that time. Gets it back across the 15-yard line. So a little bit closer to that original line of scrimmage, 4-down territory here. So on 3rd down, wouldn't be completely surprised if we don't see a run play. Just trying to get that ball closer to the goal line, knowing that the offense or the defense might be a little bit softer.
3rd and 14 for the Sparkplugs on the 15-yard line.
Good to see Forbes back out there. It was a little shaken up his last time out. They will pass this time. Firing for the end zone, and that one, again, touches the hands of the defensive player who was beyond Cessna, the intended receiver. And that means it is 4th down.
Joey Havlin out for the field goal.
And the field goal team going to come out.
Holding is number 2, Lucas DeVault. Long snapper is number 53, Gage Beiswinger.
Field goal team comes out. It's going to be a 32-yard, no. Run it back, put it in reverse. See what the call is, who jumped first here. And it's offside, so it's an extra 5 yards.
Offside.
That's going to move them beyond the original line of scrimmage and brings up 4th down and 9. And so will they decide to bring the offense back out? Moore looks like he's making his way back toward the field, and no, he's going to turn around. So they're going to keep the field goal team out here. 27-yard field goal attempt.
Another penalty marker on the field.
And somebody, another flag comes out. Another offside penalty, and I have a feeling that Moore's going to start looking toward the offense.
The Hornets.
Possibly coming back out onto the field, and this time they will come back out onto the field. So after receiving 10 yards in penalties back-to-back, it'll be 4th and 4.
4th and goal.
There is a first down possibility at the 1-yard line. So it's possible to not be a turnover on downs without a score here. Forbes in the game, Sox in the slot. Forbes moves left to right. As back to pass, firing middle of the field. That one off the hands and incomplete. Mason Bowman was intended on that pass. And so with the incompletion, that is a turnover on downs. The Beech Grove offense comes back out.
First and 10 for the Hornets on the 5-yard line.
So they'll set up at the 5-yard line. No strangers to being this far back, though. Last time they saw themselves in their own end zone, Moore threw a screen pass for about 95 yards. This time they'll hand it off to Parks on the right side, and he's able to gain about 3.
Brought down by number 52, Dawson Ott.
Dawson Ott with the tackle. Earlier I saw Mazid Ashola in the cart having a conversation. Yes, he's still down there on the bench, sitting, talking to the training staff. Second down and 7. Moore hands it off to Parks again. Parks breaks free, looks toward the middle of the field. It's a foot race, and nobody else is with him. Namaha got thrown to the ground. A flag's going to come down, But regardless, it's going to be a first down. The flag is down at the 47-yard line. I think that they might have even underthrown that. Yeah, they moved the flag out to the 50. And so if I have to guess, that's going to be a first down as the ball going to move to the 40-yard line following a holding penalty. I'll tell you this. I saw what they threw the flag on. I really thought that the downfield blocking was pretty good. I mean, I know what the penalty flag was called on. It was
is negated by the holding penalty during the run.
Getting put on the ground. But it was also a much bigger receiver downfield blocking.
First and 10 for the Hornets on the 40-yard line.
Either way, a very productive play as it's going to be a huge first down, moving the ball all the way to the Beech Grove 40-yard line. (40-13). The Hornets looking to extend this lead under 4 minutes of play left in the third quarter. Parks continues to look phenomenal as he'll take the handoff right side, and he's just bunched up on his own blockers before he's finally taken down that time by Corey Midget.
Corey Midget with the stop for the Sparkplugs. Gain of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 for the Hornets on the 47-yard line.
Moore back out there with Parks behind him. He'll move players around.
Delay of game against Beech Grove.
And the second time, delay of game going to be called. Again, you know, not a high pressure situation, not seeing a lot of audibles being called. It's just, it seems like this offense has just been very lackadaisical when it comes to getting up on the ball and snapping it. Moore hands it off. Parks tackled quickly for a loss of about half a yard. And it appeared to me Nathan Chapman.
Lucas DeVault with the stop for the Sparkplug.
They're going to credit Lucas DeVault with the tackle.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Take a look again. Yes, DeVault was in on the play.
3rd and 9 for the Hornets on the 41-yard line.
Joined in by Dawson Ott. And Gage Beiswinger. High snap this time, quick throw, middle of the field. Second time in the half, but certainly not just the second time in this game where that has been the throw that's been off target. But each time you see that quick throw be off target, it's oftentimes supposed to be fast, and the operation is bothered by a snap that is off. So the defense able to get a stop this time. The punt team going to come out.
Number 10, Frankie
and Lucas DeVault going to be the return man. Typically, Mazid Ashola, who is likely out for the rest of the game, as the punt goes straight up in the air and genuinely bounces like what, 4 yards? I think it bounced 4 yards beyond the line of scrimmage before it finally made its way across the 50-yard line. Very fortunate that that ball did not bounce backward, because we may have just seen one of the rarest plays in football, which is the backward punt.
1st and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 48-yard line.
I've seen it once. It was a middle school game. Shout out to Zach Randolph on my middle school football team for his backward punt. Fakes the handoff that time, and it's going to be dumped off to the left for a gain of about 6, but I think the ball might have come out. The ball does come out, and that's going to be Beech Grove football. Caleb Finters had the reception and loses the football.
Recovered by Beech Grove.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the third.
First and 10.
And I know that the score already lopsided, but you get your first stop after driving down the field on the last drive. Certainly, at least for the confidence, would have been nice if they were able to put the drive together. But the offense for the Hornets comes right back out here. And a run play up the middle that time for the new halfback, Colton Wilmot, the freshman.
Colton Wilmot with the carry.
5'7", 138-pound running back.
Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 for the Hornets on the 45-yard line.
Beiswinger comes out of the football game. He's holding his wrist on the sideline. He was around that tackle, but he wasn't the one who made the play. It was Diallo and Dawson Ott. Faking the handoff this time, firing middle of the field. That time it's caught across the 35-yard line down at around the 30. Great throw that time.
Brought down by number
right on the money.
Namahar.
As the clock
for the Hornets
needs to stop, but it hasn't yet. And now they will run it. 1st and 10 at the 30. Moore still in the ball game, but the new halfback is in as he gets the carry. And Wilmoth is taken down after a gain of a couple.
Brought down by number 52, Dawson Ott. Gain of 2 on the play.
So the freshman getting some carries. You know, a lot of these teams, you obviously have your lead back, but there's always a backup running back or a couple of running backs that are able to give you some time off. Karan Parks does not see time off. He was really, up until now, and I assume that we have likely seen him for the final time. He stays in for every single play, every single snap. There's not a personnel difference that requires him to sit out. And you see his backup coming into the game, Wilmoth, a freshman, as the quarter retires and 40-13 remains the score as we move on to the 4th quarter. So we'll switch sides and see
Big
what
shout out to the Speedway chain crew tonight. Our favorite Marty Gregory,
Beech
Jim
Grove
Ruffin.
team can do with 2nd down and 8.
Times over there. Jim Robinson and Matt Lamb. Gentlemen, thank you for your help. Speedway High School.
I'm sure you all can hear the music because I know that the production staff's loving it right now as they were prepared to, quote, jump around.
Starting the 4th quarter, 2nd and 8.
We have fun with the SCTV crew.
28-yard line.
2nd down and 8. from the 28 of Speedway. Play action this time is one-hopped to the intended receiver, Zane Beam, who had the huge reception in the second quarter.
Kinsley Romaine in coverage for the Sparkplugs.
For a, I believe, was a 95-yard touchdown pass on the screen earlier in the game.
3rd and 8 for the Hornets on the 28-yard line.
Wilmot stays out there, but so does the quarterback. You have to wonder, is this pass outside of the reach of Martin?
Bishop Moore's pass
But,
is incomplete.
you know, they bring in the backup running back. Bishop Moore stays out there, but also they brought in their backup quarterback for some Wildcat play earlier, and he was injured. So they might not feel comfortable bringing in another quarterback because the backup is currently out of the game. So they might just have to rely on Bishop Moore to finalize this one for the last 11:53.
Frankie
But for right now, the special teams is coming out.
Hornets. Lucas Duvall back deep for the Sparkplugs.
And actually, the punt team coming out here. And a penalty flag going to be taken. If you punt this ball and it goes into the end zone, it's a touchback. If they just ran the football and didn't get the first down, it's a little bit less than a touchback. Or they could put it down at the 1 yard line, and it's the best punt of the day. And what do I know?
Beech Grove's punt down at the close to the goal line.
So it looks like the ball going to be spotted at the 2. Speedway, a lot of work ahead of them here in the final quarter of play.
1st and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 2 yard line.
Under center this time for Moore. He's going to keep it himself and just try to get some breathing room as he's finally toppled over at the 4.
Brought down by a hive of Hornets.
So a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be
Gain of
2nd
2
down
on
and
the play.
8. Back on the Speedway 4 yard line.
2nd and 8 for the Sparkplugs on the 4 yard line.
(40-13) the score. And Speedway looking to try to get some offense going here with the 2-back set. Vincent Simpson out there with Amari Forbes, and we won't get the snap off. A penalty flag flies.
False start penalty against the Sparkplugs.
It is a false start, so a 1 3/4 yard penalty as they move it back to the 1 yard line.
For Speedway on the 2 yard line.
Actually, they move it basically just right back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. But they come back out with Simpson and Forbes. Forbes gets the carry, and he's out across the 5. Some extracurricular pushing and shoving that time. And it's 3rd down and 5.
Gain of 5 on the play. 3rd and 5 for Speedway on the 6-yard line.
See if they try to go to the air this time for Moore. Got two receivers wide to the left side, and Moore will drop back to pass. Plenty of time as he fires middle of the field. And that one's incomplete.
Moore's pass falls incomplete.
4th down.
Out to punt for Speedway on 4th down.
Punt team comes out this time. On the 4th and 5 play, backed up to the Speedway 6-yard line.
For the Hornets.
Dangerous place to punt. Certainly want to make sure you're not falling back too far on the catch here for Eli Bishop. Bishop takes the snap and gets that away. Like it may have been tipped, but it gets that traditional Bishop bounce. And will be down just short of the 50, call it the 46-yard line. The offense comes back out
46-yard line
for the Hornets. Under 10 minutes of play left in this ball game.
1st and 10 for Beech Grove, 46-yard line.
So Moore still the quarterback for the Hornets. As mentioned earlier, it was Javier Cruz, the backup quarterback, injured, the junior, in the first quarter. Moore takes a snap. He'll hand this one off right side, and able to break a couple tackles was the freshman, Wilmoth.
Pushed out of bounds.
He's finally taken down.
Dawson Ott.
And I believe that was enough for a first down. Yes, it was.
Injury timeout.
And a player down. But he'll be moved over to the sideline, down for the Sparkplugs again. And they need an extra player out there, I believe. 1, 2. Yes. So Miles Cessna will run out there, the sophomore defensive back.
First and 10 for the Hornets on the 35-yard line.
So they've reset the chains. 1st and 10. Hand off to Wilmoth, and he gets one.
Wilmoth on the carry.
Resilient carry that time. Looked like he was going to be reefed at the original or the line of scrimmage, and able to just pop forward for a yard, making something into a positive play.
2nd and 9 for the Hornets on the 34-yard line.
Take a look again, just ducks that tackle. And fortunately, Midget was there to clean up the play. Hornets continue to bleed clock. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Wilmoth smoked that time, and he gives that yard right back. And actually loses 2 on the play.
Tackle for a loss by number 18, Nathan Chapman. Third and 12.
See it again as 3
For the Hornets.
Speedway jerseys in the backfield. A big hit that time from Nathan Chapman. High snap this time for Moore. He boots off to the right side, flick of the wrist toward the sideline, and just throws that one away. And it's 4th down.
Moore's pass travels out of bounds. Out to punt for the Hornets,
Clock stops with 8:17 to go here in the fourth quarter.
For Speedway number 2.
Punt team comes back out here. And I'm not going to say a word about the punting because last time it worked out great for the Hornets. They were able to down it at the 2. This one's sky high in the air. Takes one bounce, now starts to roll, and well, how about that? Don't even have to touch it, as that time it truly just stops at the 1 yard line. At Lindy Advanced Material Technologies, we're committed to supporting the community we've called home for over 100 years. From creating career opportunities to cheering on our local schools, we're honored to have our global headquarters in the heart of Speedway. More information about Lindy AMT and our current open positions is available at www.lindy-amt.com. From Speedway to space, Lindy Advanced Material Technologies, making the world more productive. It's LINDE-AMT.com. Backed up even further than the last possession, down at the 1 yard line for the offensive Speedway, and the offense moves early. It's really going to be more of a moot point. They're just going to move it a couple of inches, and yeah, you see it.
Full start penalty against Speedway.
So it'll basically still be first down and 10 and 5 inches. By the time the center touches it and moves it forward like every good center in high school should. As that one's handed off, and the tackle's in the end zone, but I believe he was able to get forward progress back to the original line of scrimmage.
Blake Stewart with the quarterback sneak.
And that was Blake Stewart, who has come in.
Short gain on the play.
Blake Stewart had a couple of starts at quarterback earlier in the season.
On the 1 yard
sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds. Carried the ball about 8 times a game when he was seeing time. Stewart pitches it out to the left side. Diallo looking for space and doesn't find a ton of it, but he's able to get
Diallo with the carry
to the 5.
Frankie Wellbrenner with the stop for the Hornets.
Clock ticks under 7 minutes now.
2nd and 6 for the Sparkplugs on the 5 yard line. Third and 6 for Speedway on the 5 yard line.
Third down. Boot out to the right side, thrown and over the hands of the intended receiver, Vincent Simpson. Been mentioning his name a ton today. They've clearly tried to get him more incorporated into the offense.
Out to punt for Speedway, number 30, Eli Bishop.
So again, a dangerous situation for the punter, Bishop.
Zane Reed, number 3,
his own end zone
for the Hornets.
He's able to get it to the 45-yard line last time. See if he can do the same here. Snap. Kicked away. Takes a one hop, and it's going to be returned this time. Don't see that very often. A huge return toward the end zone, and that's a touchdown. As Bishop was basically playing safety at the goal line, and he got lit up by Zane Beam, who records another touchdown today. Had the huge one back on the screen pass in the second quarter. Now a punt return And the offense comes out, and it's just to do the 2-point conversion honors. High snap, handoff, right side toward the end zone and short. So would have made it a 35-point lead. Instead, it's 33.
Short of the goal line for the 2-point conversion. 6:15 left in the fourth quarter.
6:15 still to go here in the fourth quarter. 46-13 score of this ball game on homecoming for the Sparkplugs. One thing you always see whenever you've got the festivities at halftime for homecoming, always a couple of the football players a part of the homecoming court. No different this year. A pair of Sparkplug football players honored. Also a good time to mention a shout out to our production team, Brian Pierce, our producer, Bill P., our director, Rose Wynn on graphics, and our camera folks, Ted Howlett, Zach Taylor, and April Dominguez, all doing a phenomenal job today. Extra special shout out to Bill for occasionally laughing at the things that I say.
Tyler Hickson.
Always appreciated.
For the Sparkplugs. Number 2, Lucas Duvall, and number 3, Mazida Shola.
So they just announced number 8 as Mazida Shola. Now Shola was injured. I believe he's still sitting on the bench. There is not a number 8, and he has at times worn that number 8. But to my knowledge, he was injured. As the return goes to the 34-yard line.
Amari Forbes with the return. First and 10 for Speedway on the 34-yard line. Stewart in at quarterback for the Sparkplug.
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line. 2-back set this time. And it's a quarterback keeper, as that won't go too far, but Blake Stewart with the carry. And that's sort of an added benefit that you can get from having Stewart out there on the field, knowing that he is a quarterback that can use his legs a little bit more than Logan Moore, is that, you know, you run that two halfback set. They've done quite a few different things, shown a couple of tricks from that formation, but that was the first time we've seen it turn into a quarterback keeper. Tack on a penalty flag, and it's first down and 3. A handoff for Diallo, and it's a first down.
Mamadou Diallo on the carry.
Diallo gets the first. The sticks will move. It's down at the 49-yard line of Speedway.
First and 10 for Speedway on the 48-yard line.
Once again, the 2-back set. Simpson to the right. Diallo nearly mishandled the football that time. Thought it was going to squeak between his arm and his body, but he was able to recollect it. But that did affect the carry there as he loses a couple of yards. Second down and long.
Second and long for the Sparkplugs, 46-yard line.
Stewart fakes the handoff. Actually, looked like he tried to hand it off the wrong way as Stewart going to carry it himself. Gets beyond the original line of scrimmage and another player down.
Chris Raymer with the stop.
Speedway, we'll see.
For the Hornets.
Corey Midget, I believe he was able to get back up. Yes, he was. But he is hobbling. They will bring in a replacement for him.
Third down and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 49-yard line.
Clock approaching 4 minutes left in this ball game. 46-13 our score. Stewart drops back to pass, fires left side. It's incomplete. Thought Sox had it for a moment, but he lost
Stewart's
it.
Pass to Keller Sox is incomplete. BJ Maston in coverage for the Hornets.
So that incompletion brings up 4th down and 10.
4th and 10 for the Sparkplugs on the 49-yard line.
Once again coming out in the set, but Diallo going to move toward the left side. They're going to fake that screen and try to hit Sox in the middle of the field. The middle screen, that pass was high, and Sox couldn't come away with it. You can see the frustration from Sox as it'll be a turnover on downs.
1st and 10 for the Hornets on the 49-yard line.
And in this second half, the ball really seems like it has sort of lived on this side of the football field. Speedway's had some struggles getting the ball across midfield, had one drive get down around the goal line. They ended up turning the ball over on downs after a couple of attempts to kick a field goal. After a couple of penalties, they ended up going for it. And it worked out for the Hornets as they came up short on that play. So now new quarterback in the game. Handoff this time is to the freshman. And Wilmoth, after pushing the pile forward, ended up getting pushed backward. His forward progress good enough for a first down.
First and 10 for the Hornets on the 36-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36. As Tonio Smith, freshman quarterback, getting some snaps. Smith takes a high snap, able to grab it, but then loses the football, picks it up himself. Now, Smith stands listed at 5'8". That snap came in at about 6'4".
Brought down by Dawson Ott.
And by the time he was ready to hand it off, Wilmoth was already gone. So he decided he was going to take off, and really wasn't much doing on that one.
For the Hornets on the 40-yard line.
2nd down and 14 from the 40. 2.5 minutes left in the 4th. This time it will be handed off to Wilmoth. He's able to get around one defender, but it's only a gain of 2.
Tackle made by Dawson Ott.
Dawson Ott with the tackle.
Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd and 13 for the Hornets.
Looking ahead, only 2 games left on the schedule
on the 39-yard line
for the Sparkplugs. You mentioned that they have Indian Creek next week. They will wrap up the season with Covenant Christian. Quarterback keeper that time comes up short of the 30-yard line. and brings up 4th down.
Tackle made by 22, Caleb Fenters.
I just want to mention Fenters took a shot. And he's got his hands on his knees right now. I wouldn't. They might want to take him out. He hit his head pretty hard off the turf there on that play. He's kind of hobbling around out there, seemingly trying to get his 2 cents back together. He hit his head like he was the one who made the tackle.
33-yard line.
And he showing some signs as that snap. I don't know if it was ever actually received until the tackle started.
Brought down by number 11, Vincent Simpson.
Going to be a tackle for loss, a turnover on downs with 47 seconds left. You see, bobbled a couple times, nearly handed off by accident. Henderson said, "I don't want it, you take it." Came back to the quarterback, and he was tackled. The Hornets on the other side, by the way, move to 2-5. They've got Triton Central next week. And they finished the season with Tri-West, so they'll be going toe-to-toe with Louisville's future quarterback as that snap goes high in the air and looks like it's recovered. Yes, recovered by the Hornets.
Pitch was fumbled by the Sparkplugs. Recovered by the Hornets.
Beech Grove, not much left to do. I believe they can just knee this one out.
1st and 10 for Beech Grove.
Or at least run this one out. See what they decide. But they are bringing the freshman back out to wrap this game up. He will go under center here. And they didn't call it, but I think the entire defensive line jumped offside, but that's all right. Play clock reads 40, game clock reads 27, so that's going to wrap it up here for homecoming. Sparkplugs fall in this one 46-13.
The Hornets the rest of the season.
And they will be on the road next week.
Next Friday night, traveling to Indian Creek High School.
We would like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game.
Thank you for joining us here at Johnson Field tonight for homecoming.
All of which are
Please be safe traveling home
consistently making sure we can stay on the air.
Have a great weekend. Thank you.
We would like to thank Lindy Advanced Material Technologies, making our world more productive. 2020 Eye Physicians of Indiana, the high-quality eye care patients deserve. Speedway Lions Club, serving the Speedway community since 1937. VP Insurance, helping protect what matters most. First Financial Bank. Banking is about neighbors helping neighbors, and it always will be. Member FDIC. Popcheff and Dinn, reliable, caring legal support for the Speedway community. American Legion Post 500, treasure hunt every Thursday, open to the public. And ISC Sports Network, local, lives here. 46-13, the final score as Speedway falls in this one. They've dropped to 0-7 on the season, but that'll do it for us with SCTV. Thank you for joining us. My name's Landon Kleindorfer. Enjoy the rest of the first day of the rest of your life, and have a great weekend.